mother. She's also an optometrist, right? Do we have any other optometrists in the house? No. So, yeah, okay. She's kind of unique in that way then, I guess, here today. But she also has a really big heart. The more that I get to know her and I'm around her, she just sincerely cares about pouring greatness into others. So I'm excited for you to be here and allow her to pour her greatness into you today and learn from her more about our comp plan and how to share that. So without any further ado, please welcome to the stage Lindsay Hoffbuhr.
There's no other optometrists in this room, really? Is there any? The world needs them, you guys, just so you know. Are there any opticians in the room? No, you guys, wow. So I can take care of all of your eye needs between now and 5 p.m. today, okay? I promise I do stay licensed. Well, listen, yesterday we got to learn from Matt and Amanda about our compensation plan, about the simple fact that Isogenics is life-changing nutrition paired with a beautiful opportunity that can financially free people and families, right? With time, consistency, and hard work. Today we're gonna dive in a little bit further to the foundation of our compensation plan and the very simple steps I want us all equipped with. But first, you know I need to display our disclaimer. It's important that you all understand that the earnings of Isogenics associates are dependent upon many variables, upon one's skills, their network, their time commitment, lots of factors. So income that you see over the course of this weekend and figures that you've heard are of course possible, but Isogenics does not guarantee that for every associate. We know that the disclaimers can all be found underneath the compliance section in isogenicsbusiness.com. So now on to the fun stuff. The foundation of our compensation plan is you share, they share, repeat. Who in this room has heard that term before? Awesome. We do have some new members in this room. I saw all of you stand that are new within the last 30 days, so this will be excellent information for you guys. We know that the compensation plan is built upon creating consultants. And the way to create consultants is to enroll one customer on our right-hand side and one customer on our left. We know that as business builders, but we don't expect our new customers and new associates to know that unless we share. Unfortunately, this can be a really scary part for associates. Someone that's been in the company only a couple months, someone that's maybe been in the company for even a year, has a hard time talking about the numbers. But do we know why it's hard to talk about? Can you put your finger on what's holding you back from sharing the numbers and the dollar signs? Is it because it's hard? Is it because you don't think you have time when you're talking to new prospects or customers? Or is it simply because of fear? I think humans have become accustomed to living out of fear in everything that they do. Fear of two things, failure or fear of what other people will think. And I'm certain this is why a lot of you, and I didn't much in my first few months to maybe even a year with Isogenics, wasn't comfortable sharing this. And I left a lot of people out of the equation that I shouldn't have. I was fearful of what they would think, and I was fearful of that rejection. But let me ask you something. What is the worst case scenario if you share this concept or the idea of earning money back with somebody? They're not going to enroll anybody, right? Maybe they won't respond to you, which is even more frightening. Or maybe they'll just politely say, no, thank you. I want my journey to be a private one. Is that bad of a worst case scenario? You didn't lose a limb. You haven't lost money that you already had, right? It's not that big of a deal. We make up these stories in our head that this is terrifying to do. And how could you possibly ask somebody to share this in order to earn money back? But let me ask you what the best case scenario could be. The best case scenario is that person responds happily, I can ask my mom and my sister. I'd love to help get them started. Or furthermore, an even better case scenario, you've just started a new career with this person who will be your next Isagenix millionaire. It's life-changing whether you share this equation or not. And I want you to remember that when you're faced with the opportunity and you're about to step in that place of fear, that you could step into that place of hope and the what if instead. This room is filled with very intelligent people because you're here right now. We're at the tail end of day 2 and you're still in those seats and you're awake, right? I don't want, thank you, yes. You're far too smart to get in your own way. I challenge you to share these numbers. I challenge you to share, you share, they share, repeat with every single person who enters your organization. It truly is, you'll see, a 5-minute conversation. But imagine what could happen if you committed to doing that with every new customer and every new associate. And you know what happens when we lead by example? Our team members follow suit. If they see you confidently executing this model again and again and again, they're going to also. And can you even imagine the momentum you could create in your business if this was an everyday conversation? And that's my hope for you, that after we run through this quick process with some fun wording and the numbers attached, that you commit 100% to sharing every new customer this opportunity. You'll see how simple it is, and most likely, most importantly, you'll be able to duplicate within your team again and again and again. So again, I challenge you to embrace these numbers, memorize them, be able to play them over in your sleep. Even if you're not analytical like myself, the numbers are fairly simple to remember. I want you to shift your paradigm again to the what if. I want you to understand you can gain confidence and courage with this simple model. I have to tell you that so much success in life is acting as though you're confident. Do any of you agree with that? Yes. Yeah. Do you know how many times I faked it in my exam room when I had no idea what was going on with that person's diagnosis, symptoms, or eyes or vision? Do you ever want to hear from a healthcare provider that they don't know what's going on? But you also know there's a computer in the next room and textbooks in the next room where you can look it up or Google it. I want you to act out your confidence when you share Isagenix, when you share this concept of you share, they share, repeat. They don't need to know that you're shaking on the inside. They don't need to know that maybe you're going to go on to botch the numbers. They're not going to pick up on that. They're going to pick up on your posture. So if nothing else, when you share this, get those shoulders back and that strength in your voice. And I promise you with practice that confidence will become real. That courage will be palpable. And again, you'll see how simple it really is. So for the sake of this presentation, we're going to use you. And we're going to name you Mary. And I have just had the privilege of enrolling you in Isagenix. In fact, we're on the phone call where you're picking out your flavor selections, giving me your sensitive data, because we always do that over the phone, right? That's the first building block in our relationship with our new customer. That phone call where you get to ooze excitement for this person and you get to reassure them that the money they're about to spend is going to change their life. I'm putting you on my tree in a very special spot. Every single spot on every single tree is full of unlimited potential and promise. There's no bad spot, and here you are, Mary, on my tree, and I'm on the phone with you, and I say, Mary, I'm so excited you're starting with the value pack. Side note, why do we always start with the value pack? It's the best pack. Smart. See, I told you this room was smart. We start with the value pack because it has the highest retention rate in our company. That's proven. Why do we want the highest retention rate? Because we know our customers stand the best chance of meeting their health goals. What happens when our customers meet their health goals? They keep ordering. They stay on the products. When they stay on the products, we continue to get BV, and our organization and residual income grows. There's 2 reasons why we want to start people with the best path for retention: their health your future. So Mary, you have started with the value pack, and I'm thrilled for you. How much is the value pack? $5.59. How much BV is the value pack? Yes, it's a third of a cycle, right? It's an awesome pack. And I say to you, Mary, I can't wait to accomplish your health goals you've already shared with me. Together, I know we can do this, and this first month is going to be a big month for you. But listen, I have 2 additional goals for you. I want you to maximize your success. And I know from experience, the best way to maximize success on your health journey is to do it with others. Mary, do you have any 2, 3, maybe even 4 people in your life? We're going to increase our odds of getting 2, right? In your life that would be willing to do this with you. Do you have anybody in your life that has mentioned they want to lose weight? That is always ready for the next best thing? We all have one of those people in our life, right? Or someone that you see on a daily basis that could be your accountability partner. Let's talk to these 2 people to see if they want to link arms with you on your journey, because I know it'll be easier. Now, anywhere in there did I say, Mary, let's find 2 people so you can earn money back? No, I made it about her. I made it about my goal for her goal for herself. And then I shared that my second goal for you, Mary, is for you to be able to get your products paid for. The reason why I want your products paid for is so it's easier for you to continue on your health journey. And if you can get food for free, I want to help facilitate that. So anywhere in that conversation, do you think that Mary felt threatened? Do you think that Mary thought I wanted to make a buck off of her? Do you think that I told Mary that I get an extra $100 bonus if she becomes a consultant? No, that conversation wasn't about me at all. That conversation was about maximizing the overall potential of my new customer. Maximizing her health potential, maximizing her earnings potential, and how long she'll be able to stay on these products. You don't have to ask people if they want to do the business. That's a hard no. Nobody in their life is open in that moment to a new business opportunity out of nowhere, right? So Mary agrees. She finds 2 people. You know the best way to help someone think of 2 people to join them? It's by suggesting people and ideas to them. So I don't just say, who do you know? That's really a blanket statement. And what happens when you say, who do you know? What do people normally say back? Oh, I don't know anybody. I don't have 700 Facebook friends. I don't have a mom and a dad. I don't know anybody. No, but if you say, Mary, I want you to think about your sisters, maybe your mother-in-law, or how about your coworkers? I started with 2 of my office staff in the very beginning, and they're the 2 that made me a consultant. And it was fun. We all cleansed on the same day. Our drug rep stopped bringing us crap for lunch. We had such a great time in that office setting, and the accountability was strong. So I firmly believe that suggesting coworkers or office mates is the best 2 people to start with. And I have repeated that line hundreds of times to people because it is my story and it is very true. But if you suggest ideas to people, they can't deny that they don't know anyone, and it gets their wheels turning. So heck yes, Mary found her first 2 people, one on her right and one on her left. And I get the joy of telling Mary that she's earning money back. But I want to tell her what she's earning back. So we know that the bonus for a value pack is $80, right? Furthermore, we get to explain to Mary that if she shares with 2 people in 1 week, we don't need to get the details, we don't need to overwhelm, we don't need to say Sunday, 11:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to Sunday. No, in just 1 week, we're helping them through the process, that both of those bonuses double. And she says, you mean instead of 80, I get 160? I said, no, instead of 80, you're getting 320, right? Both 80s doubling to 160, which doubles again to 320. At this point, all of us can agree that we're in this position or that we've witnessed in others, their mind is blown, right? Honestly, you guys, you have to understand that when it comes to network marketing, the general population assumes you're earning approximately 10% back on the wholesale cost of the product that you're selling, right? So if you buy jewelry from a network marketer or a flameless candle from a network marketer, you're getting such a small percentage that that item might be cents to the dollar, right? So we have to really help our customers understand, or our new associates understand, that this money is big money. There's a lot of people in their day job, and in fact, I would argue the vast majority, that do not make $320 a day, right? I see a lot of heads nodding. So furthermore, we get to share with Mary, oh my goodness, you now have enrolled 2 new members. I've aided in the process. It's your sponsor, right? You get an extra bonus for reaching the first leadership rank in Isogenics. You've just told them that they're a leader. Does that feel good to be told something like that? How many in your day jobs have never been told you're a leader? I never got told that, even though I ran an office. You get to share that they've become a what? What's the leadership rank, our first one? Consultant. And what's the bonus associated with that? $50. So how much now in this 1 calendar week has Mary earned? Exactly. Gosh, I love you math people out there. I need you like in my back pocket. $370. But wait, there's more, right? Mary's jiving. She's along for the ride. She's understanding what you're sharing with her. My favorite line is, there are some time-sensitive bonuses that I have to share with you. I would feel too bad if I didn't. Do you guys know how mad you would have been at your enrolling sponsor if you had missed those bonuses and you didn't know about them? There might be some of you in the room. Thankfully, mine made them abundantly clear. She's very good at that. And I knew from the moment I heard about these bonuses, we'll go in depth to them in a minute, that I wasn't leaving any money on the table. You guys, if Isogenics puts money or prizes on the table, why would you leave it there, right? So I tell Mary, listen, that was fun. And we can do that same process again and help more people. Let's help your right person and your left person find their too. Because here's what's going to happen if we do. You get to help them earn money back in their first month. And if you do that, you're going to encourage them, inspire them, aid in their finances, and bless your own pocketbook. If you help both right and left become a consultant in the first month, what happens, you guys? Do we know? Thank you. They become a manager. And furthermore, what type of manager? Thank you. What is the bonus that comes with hitting Crystal Manager? $250. What else does Mary get if she rank advances 2 consultants? $100 each. We took that $370 to $470 for our first consultant, $570 for her second consultant, and tacked on an extra $250, which equals our golden number of they share, you share, repeat of $820. How much did Mary spend on her first pack? $559. So we've made more than that, including taxes and shipping, right? So suddenly Mary has finished up her first month, or maybe not quite even, and she's ahead of the game. Plus she's purchased over 60 meals for herself, probably lost a few pounds, and feel better than she's ever felt before. But she's also already experienced what it feels like to earn money back with Isogenics. And furthermore, she's experienced how good it feels to help people, and the high you get when your new members and customers write you and tell you their victories randomly on any given day. Would we all agree that that's addicting? Very addicting, isn't it? So let me ask you this. In this example, how many people did you personally enroll? Only 2, right? So would you argue that everybody knows 2 people that eat? Would we argue that everybody knows 2 people that are interested in health on some level? Would we agree that we make up these stories in our head, that there isn't a person in the world that would ever want to do this with us? Yeah, that we go to work to overcomplicate it? All the time, right? Would you say that it's worth running through this example for anyone in your life if you can help them earn $820 back? Yes. Would you want someone to have done that for you if they didn't? Yes. Yes, I hear a lot of yeses. So we don't want to refrain from this. It really is quite simple, and the more you do it, the easier it becomes and the more confident you become. Now, there's a lot of ways to do this. You can talk someone through this over the phone. I've known a lot of my team and network is not where I live, so a lot of my conversations are over the phone. And I have them grab a pen and a piece of paper, and I draw it out with my voice, using words for them. I've been known to draw it on a napkin in a restaurant or a coffee shop before, and I see some heads nodding. I know some of you have done that too. Visuals are powerful. Most humans are visual learners. If I just rambled that off, it'd kind of be in one ear and out the other. But by drawing it out, it creates a lasting memory and visual for them. So don't ever hesitate to do that. The next common question I get is, well, at what point do you do this? At what point do you share, they share, repeat? What point did I do it in Mary's process? Who remembers? Right away. I hadn't even entered her in my computer yet, right? That was my initial conversation, because remember, one of my 2 main goals for her was for her to be able to maximize her health, the success on her health journey, and do it with other people. That's a little bit more of an awkward conversation to have 30 days down the road. You'd have to reword your wording, right? But it's not too late to do this with anyone. And I would encourage you, I know each of you in this room probably have members you've enrolled that you haven't had this discussion with. And I promise you it's not too late. They may have missed the crystal bonus, and that's okay, but they will never have missed their opportunity to create consultants themselves and enroll new members. And the best thing that I find after any event I attend is I'm fired up, my confidence is high, I'm ready to get home and get to work, and the best thing you can do to be very real and authentic is to message, voice message, or call people in your team and say, hey, I was just at an event and I learned a lot about the opportunity with Isagenix, and I have to share with you how rewarding and simple it is for you to share with others. And you can run through this with them. There's nothing wrong with that. And remember, if not, we can step back to some of the other tips we've learned from the other trainers and say, if you aren't prepared to enroll anyone yourself, I would love your referrals. So you've just opened the door to conversation. You've again removed that giant elephant out of the room of network marketing for any of your customers that still might think they're not in network marketing, right? And you've kept the conversation of opportunity going. Remember, I didn't say the word business. Business sounds scary. Very few of us went to school to be business owners. Always focus on the word opportunity and helping others. Now, there's a lot more money on the table, right? The bonus structure, the crystal bonus structure is huge. And if you play your cards right and build your team within the time confines of Isagenix, you can earn a couple extra $1,000s in upfront bonuses. This money is valuable. Can we all think of what we would do with that money you see on the screen? We know that the consultant bonus is $50. Everyone can earn that at any point in time. The crystal manager bonus is $250. What is that crystal director bonus? What's our timeline for that? Would you agree that's a really generous timeline? Timeline's changed a little bit, huh? It's exciting. What is a crystal executive bonus? $1,000. What would you do with $1,000? For one, that's a whole lot of product if you're just buying your food with it, right? But that $1,000 is a lot of days of work for a lot of people. And as I mentioned, I wasn't about to leave any money on the table. If Isagenix was going to offer it, I was going to get there. Because I sat so long on the products before I was open-minded enough to do the business and receive that first $25 PIB, I had a very short amount of time to get to my crystal executive bonus, and I wrapped that ship up on the final day I was able to do it. Who else in here did that too, right? There's nothing like a sense of urgency on these crystal timelines, right? But again, I wasn't going to let $1,000 walk away, and I don't want you to either, and I don't want anyone in your team to walk away from that. So we have tracks to run on in Isagenix, and I want to remind you that people don't know what they don't know. If you don't share these ranks and these bonuses associated with the ranks, it's as if you're playing darts in the dark. Do you want that for any of your team members? The tracks to run on are pretty simple, and I love drawing it out for people who are open-minded to the business. We know that the first rank in Isagenix is an associate, right? What's our next one? Exactly, then what? Awesome. Then? And? Executive. This is your track to run on. And with each one of these steps comes increasing bonuses, but even more importantly, increasing BV and residual income. If you don't lay this out for someone who's interested in the opportunity, they're going to miss an awful lot. And chances are that person is never going to get to executive, because we know there's not a lot of Isagenix associates that gets to our highest rank of leadership. But if you lay this out in the beginning, and again, make it very clear, you don't have to overwhelm your new customer or associate interested in the business. You can simply say, there are time-sensitive bonuses I want you to know about. This is where I am, and this is where I want you to be. What do we call people that get stuck right here at director? Who's heard the term? Director ditch. Thank you, somebody said it. I don't want anyone stuck at director. What's the difference between director and executive, you guys? 4 consultants. Do we all know 4 people that know 2 people that eat? Yes. So, do we go to work to overcomplicate it? Yes. We really do. Get out of your story, get out of your head. Let's make this clear for our new associates in the room. How many personally enrolled consultants do you need at manager? 2. Can they be on the same side of your tree? Yes. How many personally enrolled consultants do you need at director? 6. Can they be on the same side of your tree? Yes. Kind of. You have to have 1 on one side, but you can have 5 on the other, right? And what about executive? 5 and 5. Do you think you stop at 10? Heck no. Why not? Because your product shares are going to go in and out, and in and out, and in and out of consultant, right? I tell my business builders, my associates, to get to 15. Once you get to 15, go to 20 and do it again and again and again. Please don't ever let off the gas at 10. But the bonus you get at executive, $10,000, excuse me, not $10,000, $1,000 plus 100 times 10 for your 10 consultants that you've created along the way. Furthermore, looking at the screen, we've got bonuses for cycle rank advancements. How many cycles does a 1-star hit in 1 compensation week to become a 1-star? 10. What is the bonus associated with that? It's $1,000 paid out in 2 increments. So you want to hit that rank twice, which is easy to do if you're building. You hit it once, you can hit it again and again and again, right? How many cycles is a 2-star? In 1 week, 20. That's right. What's the payout for that? $2,000 paid out in a $1,000 increment. Do you want a $1,000 paycheck? Not to mention, that's not even what your paycheck is that week, because you're getting paid out on your cycles too, right? And any of your amazing double bonuses. How many cycles does this is where it gets tricky, does a 3-star have in 1 calendar week? 40. It's not 30. I thought that in the beginning. It's 40 cycles, but what is the bonus? Exactly. Can you earn some of these bonuses without being a paid as executive? Yes, but can you earn them all? So would we agree that being the rank of paid as executive is the most ideal rank in our company? Yes. Absolutely. There's a couple take-home points I want to share with you guys. Again, I want you to be very comfortable with these numbers, and I want you to practice drawing them out. There's amazing trainings on isagenixbusiness.com, videos that we'll walk through. My favorite is Lynn Hagedorn. You can YouTube it if you're having a hard time finding it. And I want you to be able to go through the steps and say the numbers out loud before the speaker themselves do. That's going to grow your confidence and your courage to share with everyone you know. Do we want our people to get paid? What happens when our people get paid? They stay. It's statistically proven in Isagenix. If you can get a PIB in somebody's pocket in their first 30 days, they are far more likely to continue on their health journey. I want to share with you that my husband and I, about a year ago, maybe this was even 2 years ago, we sent out a monkey survey. We created just a short 5-question monkey survey to send to all of my inactive associates and customers, and his as well. And the final question asked, why did you discontinue use of the products? And what do you think the only answer ever was? Because of money, because of cost. We again create a story in our head that these products are expensive when we all know that they're not. In fact, they're alarmingly inexpensive for what you get out of them. but that was everyone's reasoning for stopping the products. And some of these people, you guys, had huge health transformations. So what did that tell my husband and I? We weren't getting our people paid. We weren't doing our job to help get money in their pockets to support the cost of their products. You know what else it told us? When we view our inactive customers or associates, we've all got them, right? It tells us that we aren't supporting them enough and maximizing the success on their health journey by helping them find people to do it with them. Because do we quit when we're doing things in numbers? Not usually. And we're armed in Isagenix with the tools and the skills and the ability to form such a profound community that our customers should be afraid to quit. How many health journeys have we done on our own? How many diets have we tried on our own? I can't count on two hands the amount of times I tried to do things on my own, and they're unsustainable. But with Isagenix, we have this beautiful community. We have tons of pages and Facebook groups and opportunities to plug them into that no one should ever feel alone. So the two most common reasons people stop using our products in Isagenix is because they're not getting paid. Notice I didn't say they're not getting paid their annual income at their day job. They aren't making $10,000 a month. They just aren't getting paid enough to cover the cost of their products. And they either feel alone or they've secluded themselves on their journey. So that's my two biggest pieces of advice. When you're dealing with new customers, make this on the forefront of your conversation. And again, it also shares with them that yes, this is a network marketing company. Yes, there is potential and opportunity attached. You're not there to pressure them, but oh my gosh, are you there to help them? So if you can make those commitments to yourself and furthermore your team after this weekend, then we have done our job up here. And I thank you for bearing with me on you share, they share, repeat. Many of you in this room have heard it a lot, but again, it's the foundation of our business. And whether you're brand new or you've been in Isagenix for 9 years, this is the basics and this is what we always go back to. So without further ado, I get to bring our next phenomenal speaker back to the stage. This gentleman is dynamite. And I have to tell you that when I first learned of who he was in the middle of his reading 30 books and 30-day challenge. And he did just that. If you ever want a book suggestion, he is the one to ask. He and his wife also have the most phenomenal dog you'll ever see in your life. Most of you probably know who I'm talking about now. I'd like to be on the list of names in the will to acquire this dog, should need ever be. I haven't asked him, but maybe since I asked him on stage, he'll say yes. I'd like to bring back the very, very intelligent and fun guy, Chris Harder, to the stage.